The content in this video is intended for educational purposes only. Please use the knowledge gained responsibly and ethically, with the aim of personal growth and self-improvement. The Dark Triad of personality traits, psychopathy, narcissism, and Machiavellianism, represents a group of socially aversive characteristics that can manifest in manipulative and harmful behavior. Understanding these traits can help you recognize and protect yourself from individuals who exhibit them. Psychopathy is characterized by a lack of empathy, shallow emotions, and antisocial behaviors. Psychopaths are often charming and manipulative, using others for their own gain, without remorse. Common psychopathy strategies include charm offensive, where psychopaths use superficial charm to win people over, often being charismatic and likable at first glance. This charm is not genuine, but a tool to disarm potential targets and create a false sense of security. Psychopaths are adept at reading people and tailoring their behavior to meet the expectations of those they want to manipulate. This initial charm can be incredibly persuasive, leading people to trust and open up to them quickly. Deception and lies are also key tactics. Psychopaths lie frequently and convincingly to manipulate others and achieve their goals. They might fabricate elaborate stories to gain sympathy, create a false identity, or cover up their misdeeds. Their ability to lie without guilt or hesitation makes them particularly dangerous, as they can maintain these falsehoods with unwavering confidence. Blame shifting is another common strategy, where psychopaths never take responsibility for their actions and always blame others. When confronted with their wrongdoings, they deflect the blame onto their victims or external circumstances. This tactic not only absolves them of guilt, but also creates confusion and self-doubt in their targets, making it harder for the victims to see the psychopath's true nature. Emotional manipulation is a hallmark of psychopathy. Psychopaths play on others' emotions to get what they want, often using guilt, fear, or sympathy. They might exploit a person's desire to help others or their fear of conflict to bend them to their will. For example, a psychopath might pretend to be a victim of circumstance, eliciting sympathy and assistance from those around them. Or they might threaten to harm themselves or others to instill fear and compliance. Impulsivity is another characteristic trait, where psychopaths act without thinking about the consequences, often engaging in risky behavior. This impulsivity can manifest in reckless driving, substance abuse, or financial irresponsibility. While their actions might seem spontaneous, they often have a calculated element, aiming to achieve a specific goal or thrill without regard for the potential fallout. A lack of remorse is evident in psychopaths, who do not feel guilt or regret for their actions no matter how harmful. This lack of empathy and remorse allows them to commit acts that most people would find unconscionable, such as fraud, theft, or violence, without any emotional burden. This emotional detachment makes it easier for them to repeat their harmful behaviors without any sense of guilt or moral conflict. Exploiting weaknesses is a key strategy, where psychopaths identify and exploit others' vulnerabilities to maintain control. They are highly skilled at recognizing insecurities, fears, or desires in their targets and using this knowledge to manipulate them. For example, they might offer false support or encouragement to someone with low self-esteem, only to later use that person's dependence against them. Superficial relationships are common for psychopaths, who form shallow, short-term relationships to meet their needs. They lack the capacity for genuine emotional connections and view relationships as transactions to be used for their benefit. Once they have extracted what they want from a relationship, they discard the person without any remorse or second thoughts. Intimidation and aggression are also used, where psychopaths use threats and violence to get their way. They might employ physical intimidation, verbal threats, or aggressive behavior to instill fear and compliance in their victims. This tactic can be particularly effective in maintaining control and preventing others from challenging their authority. A parasitic lifestyle is another trait, where psychopaths rely on others for financial support and resources without contributing. They might manipulate friends, family, or romantic partners into providing for them, often through deceit or emotional manipulation. This reliance on others allows them to maintain their lifestyle without any personal effort or responsibility. Narcissism is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. Narcissists often believe they are superior to others and deserve special treatment. Common narcissistic strategies include grandiosity, where narcissists exaggerate their achievements and talents, believing they are superior to others. This grandiosity can manifest in bragging about accomplishments, inflating their role in successful projects, or presenting themselves as experts in fields where they have little knowledge. This inflated self-view helps them maintain their sense of superiority and demand admiration from others. Entitlement is another key strategy, where narcissists expect special treatment and compliance with their demands. They believe that their needs and desires are more important than those of others, and expect others to cater to them. This sense of entitlement can lead to unreasonable demands, impatience, and anger when their expectations are not met. A lack of empathy is evident in narcissists, who are unable or unwilling to recognize or care about others' feelings and needs. They view others as extensions of themselves or tools to be used for their benefit, rather than as individuals with their own emotions and needs. This lack of empathy allows them to exploit and manipulate others without guilt or remorse. Admiration seeking is a central aspect of narcissism, where narcissists constantly seek praise and validation from others. They crave attention and admiration to reinforce their inflated self-view, and can become angry or depressed if they do not receive it. This constant need for validation can lead them to surround themselves with people who provide constant praise and admiration, often at the expense of genuine relationships. Exploitative relationships are common for narcissists, who use others to achieve their own ends, often without regard for the other person's well-being. They might charm and manipulate others to gain resources, status, or support, discarding them once they are no longer useful. This exploitative behavior can leave a trail of hurt and betrayed individuals in their wake. Envy and jealousy are also characteristic traits where narcissists feel envious of others' success and may try to undermine them. They cannot tolerate the idea of others being more successful or admired than themselves, and may engage in sabotage, gossip, or other underhanded tactics to diminish others' accomplishments. Arrogance is another common trait, where narcissists behave in a haughty and superior manner. They look down on others, believing they are better and more deserving of success and admiration. This arrogance can alienate others and create conflict in relationships, but the narcissist often views this as a sign of their own superiority. Sensitivity to criticism is evident in narcissists, who react angrily or defensively to any perceived criticism or slight. They cannot tolerate the idea of being flawed or imperfect, and may lash out at those who criticize them. This sensitivity can make it difficult to provide constructive feedback or address issues in a relationship. Manipulative behavior is a key strategy, where narcissists use charm, flattery, or deceit to influence others and get their way. They are skilled at presenting themselves in a positive light and using others' weaknesses and desires to their advantage. This manipulative behavior can make it difficult to see their true nature and intentions. A lack of accountability is also common, where narcissists avoid taking responsibility for their actions and blame others for their problems. They cannot accept that they are at fault, and will go to great lengths to deflect blame onto others. This lack of accountability can create a toxic and dysfunctional dynamic in relationships. Machiavellianism is characterized by a manipulative and deceitful nature, a cynical disregard for morality, and a focus on self-interest and personal gain. Machiavellians are strategic and calculating, often using others as tools to achieve their goals. Common Machiavellian strategies include strategic manipulation, where Machiavellians carefully plan and execute their actions to manipulate others. They are highly strategic and often think several steps ahead, planning their actions to achieve their long-term goals. This strategic thinking makes them highly effective manipulators, as they can anticipate and counter others' actions. Deceit and cunning are also key traits, where Machiavellians use lies and deceit to achieve their ends. They are skilled at presenting false information, creating elaborate deceptions, and maintaining these lies without detection. This deceitful behavior allows them to manipulate others and achieve their goals without facing the consequences of their actions. Emotional detachment is evident in Machiavellians, who remain emotionally detached to manipulate situations without guilt or remorse. They can remain calm and collected in situations that would cause emotional distress for others, allowing them to maintain control and manipulate others without being influenced by their own emotions. Calculated alliances are a key strategy, where Machiavellians form alliances and relationships based on strategic benefits rather than genuine connections. They view relationships as transactions and will form alliances with those who can help them achieve their goals. Once the relationship is no longer beneficial, they will discard the person without remorse. Exploitation of trust is another common tactic, where Machiavellians gain others' trust only to betray it later. They are skilled at presenting themselves as trustworthy and reliable, only to later use the trust they have gained to manipulate and exploit others. Opportunism is a hallmark of Machiavellianism, where they take advantage of any situation or person to advance their own interests. They are always looking for opportunities to exploit, and will not hesitate to take advantage of others if it benefits them. Control of information is another key strategy, where Machiavellians manipulate information and keep others in the dark to maintain control. They will withhold or distort information to create confusion and uncertainty, making it easier to manipulate others. Flattery and charm are also used, where Machiavellians use excessive praise and charm to manipulate others. They are skilled at making others feel valued and appreciated, only to later use this to their advantage. Avoidance of principles is evident in Machiavellians, who disregard ethical and moral principles if they interfere with their goals. They are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their ends, regardless of the moral or ethical implications. Long-term planning is another key strategy, where Machiavellians are willing to invest time and effort into manipulation schemes that may pay off in the future. They are patient and willing to play the long game, making them highly effective and dangerous manipulators. By recognizing these advanced mind control tactics, you can protect yourself from being manipulated and maintain control over your own life. Awareness and self-education are key to resisting manipulation and maintaining healthy relationships. Understanding the traits and strategies of psychopathy, narcissism, and Machiavellianism can help you identify and avoid individuals who exhibit these harmful behaviors, allowing you to build healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content.